Final segment of ATL Day Ones. I'm telling y'all, one of these days we're gonna start dropping these outtakes on
Right.
ATL Day Ones with Jarvis and T, and y'all gonna. I'm sure. I promise y'all will thoroughly enjoy those bad boys. But
Yes,
thank
you
you.
will be entertained.
Very, very entertained. You don't have to ask that question.
No.
But we want to thank you guys for rocking with us throughout the entire show. Like T mentioned earlier, we are on our way to 3,000 subscribers. Man, we appreciate y'all for liking and subscribing and commenting. Don't forget to drop your comments in there as well. We read those bad boys. And if
Mhm.
it's good enough, it'll probably make the show. So hey, we can make you famous too as well. But T, this is for the culture. It is the intersection between sports, the culture, and entertainment, and sometimes whatever the hell we want to talk about. That's just how we get down on
Yeah.
this show. We talked about somebody getting an offer that they potentially couldn't refuse. It'd probably be an
Mhm.
offer that no one could, a regular person could refuse. But Tiger Woods, um, reportedly, according to Greg Norman,
Mhm.
in an interview, he said that Live Golf offered Tiger Woo 700 between 700 and 800 million dollars
Right.
T just to play, not to win and go be great, but
Right.
just to make an appearance and just play a few rounds.
Yes.
Like 700. Like now, I started looking up some numbers and I started saying like, okay, I said let me check career earnings of one Tiger Wood. Now,
Yes.
and that's when I kind of calmed down a little bit. $1.7 billion in career
Yeah.
earnings. Like, yeah, so
He's good.
but still, like that's half. They offer him half of his career earnings in a one-shot deal.
Yeah.
See, man, oh man, Tiger Woods is, I mean, we know he paid, but good
Mhm.
Lord, boy, is he 800 million, 700, $800 million paid?
Right. But
Goodness.
it speaks to something that you and I talked about yesterday, whether people agree with us or not, or agree with the suspension of Deshaun Watson. And let me share where I'm going with that.
Okay.
The integrity of the game matters to
Right.
a lot of people. It
Indeed.
matters to a lot of leagues, and that is why even today we found out in terms of tampering that the Dolphins did. Oh, you're
Mhm.
going to pay for that. You're losing a first round draft pick and you're losing a third round draft pick next year and the following year because that speaks to the integrity of the game. You tampered with the game. So that's
Right.
where the NFL stands, just like they did with Deshaun Watson. Now, player wise, we've seen players take lesser contracts, right? Because
Mhm.
they want to stay committed to their team or they believe that that franchise is going to put them in a position to go after a championship. I feel like this is kind of in that same space of Tiger Woods appreciating all that the game has done for him on the PGA level, right?
Right.
And kind of him rising from the ashes and coming back to the PGA Tour even if he never wins again. And there's
Right.
something about him that's going to also carry him far beyond this one time hit, right?
Right.
He'll make that 700 or 800 because he's always going to, if he wants to endorse until the day he dies, he'll have opportunities on US soil and probably beyond, even the lore from the former British Open, now the Open. So you think about that and it becomes a question of, is it worth it? And there are a lot of questions about live golf and their affiliations. And I just believe with him, always also trying to rebrand and continue to repair his image just wasn't worth it. Just wasn't
And
worth it.
and and to be honest with you, I get it. I understand it,
Yeah.
right? Like I know I
Mhm.
made a big deal out of it. That's a lot of doggone money to turn out.
It
But when
is.
actually reality, when that wears off, when the number wears off, you have to think about it. You have to consider what comes with that.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, when people start coming around throwing a whole bunch of money around to get things started, like
Hmm.
you have to question it. You have to
Yeah.
understand what's the long term, consequences for this. Like because I
Hmm.
know Tiger Woods has been an ambassador for the PGA. He's the
Yes.
only reason why I was even interested in golf.
Yes.
Period. So when you think about what he did for the game and what the
Hmm.
PGA has done for him,
Hmm.
he takes all those things in consideration, right? Because like understands fully that he's not
Hmm.
going to be able to play forever and compete at a high level. So at some point, I'm sure. and he's going to have some type of high ranking position,
Mm-hmm.
in the PGA once he's
Yes.
completely done playing golf. And like I said, I understand the long term value of it, and I even think about it from this standpoint, right? I always DJ Shockley is a guy who's a friend of the show, and I got a
Yes.
chance to kind of rap with him last Friday where I was up,
Mm-hmm.
up at Flowery Branch.
Yes.
I looked at the move for him when he was going back and forth with David Green, and whether or not he's going to be the
Mm-hmm.
starter, and he ended
Mm-hmm.
up waiting his turn and ended up working out for him. It
Yeah.
worked out for him not only in the moment, but it worked out for
Mm-hmm.
him long term as well because he's working. Now he's following in Ron Gamp's footsteps as far as being a
Mm-hmm.
local TV guy in the
Yes.
state of Georgia. And
Mm-hmm.
it's because he stuck it around. He stuck it out at
Yeah.
Georgia and became one of those guys, once he stepped on the field and proved himself.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that I look at it like this I look at it the same way as far as, making a long term decision that may
Mm-hmm.
look a little crazy in the short term.
Right.
But
But
I, I think we're gonna talk about a young lady that made a decision that may look a little crazy in the short term. She's decided to tweet about the beehive. Ooh, they may be coming for a neck. But before we get there, T, go and tell them about Coffee AM, please.
yeah, and you know who always makes good decisions like this lady did not make? Coffee AM. That is, they make good
Yes.
decisions in being one of the best small batch roasters in this country and how they put forth the fresh product. And you will make a good decision if you actually pick up the product. So we talk about it all the time because Jarvis and I are fans. We truly love the product. Again,
Indeed.
it's the freshest roast. So think about this on a day that they ship, or just not too far after that, literally when you make that order, that's when they kind of start making that roast, if you will. So think about them going all over the world to get the best beans out there. So whether that is direct trade or whether that is free trade, they're out there getting it. If it's organic, they are going to get that too. And that's what you love about them, in addition to, of course, being able to support a local business. So you want to know how to get yourself some, you can go to coffeeam.com/locked on, and you can see a full menu that includes coffee. Jarvis is a coffee fan. Tea, I'm a tea
Hmm.
fan, and gift sets in case there is some special occasion that's coming up, or even if you just want to tell somebody thank you. It's a great thank you gift. Again, if you go to coffeeam.com/locked on for your first order, you can get 15% off by just using the code locked on. So if you want to support good local business, if you want to support a great product, check out coffeeam.com/locked on. Get your 15% off today.
Today on that first order. So they showing love off the rip. Speaking of Diane Warren, who's a famed songwriter, she ain't showing no love, seemingly. Kind of in a passive aggressive manner. So
Right.
she tweeted
Yes.
out yesterday. She tweeted out yesterday, how can there be 24 writers on the song? So essentially, she was referring to Beyonce. She just dropped the album, and as you know, once B drops an album, everybody and their mama talking about it. So,
Yes.
but she immediately tweeted after that, she didn't delete it, that this isn't meant as shade. I'm just
Mhm.
curious. But the whole thing is like, if you saying that immediately after you tweet it out, people
Right.
gonna take it as shade.
Yeah. Right. And then I'm like, is she kidding? So then the
Right.
emoji that she put on that was not the emoji of curiosity. Okay.
Right.
It was a side eye emoji. So if you want to come for her that way,
Almost rolling the eyes too.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
You know what
exactly.
I'm
It was
saying?
right there. It was the side eye slash rolling eye emoji. It was not the curiosity emoji that looked like this.
Hmm.
So you set yourself up for people to make the assumption that you were shading her, especially because you, as a writer, were kind of questioning or seeming to question, oh, she can't write a song by herself. I'm like, do you know this lady has gotten award on top of award for her writing skills? Like she's in a Hall of Fame of writers. Beyonce, that is. Diane Warren is as well. But again, don't go for her unless you are completely prepared for the vitriol that's coming your way, including from me, because
Hmm.
you just didn't have to go there. Like you should have just left that alone. I'm telling, leave it alone. And then, of course, the dream came and kind of explained to her. hey, this is why she has to do this, and the piece of sampling, and how we as artists don't get credit, as Black artists, they don't get the credit that they deserve. So this is a way and an opportunity for Beyonce to give the credit to whom it's due. And I really appreciated it. And granted, Diane Warren did thank him for his lesson. But guess what? You might want to step off Twitter for a little while, because you're right there on the cusp. And I'm not saying I agree with cancellation, but be careful. You're about to be canceled if you're not careful. Don't ever, forever, ever go after Beyonce. Just not a good look. Just
Yeah,
not a good look. But you know what is a good look? When you're
yes.
Ryan Howard, because guess what? You are a three-time Rookie of the Month. So congratulations to our girl Ryan Howard for getting that. Again, I'm seeing Rookie of the Year in her future. Also hoping
Mhm.
that we see a Braves dub in the future that we could talk about tomorrow. Going to talk more Falcons training camp with you as well. So thanks again for rocking with us, and we will see you guys tomorrow.
Dog, come back now. You hear?